There is evidence before Jesus was born that there were prophets of Israel were worshipped by people.
We incorporated in Greek terminology.
No, sir. No, sir. No, it's not in the Bible. The Trinity, if that was the case...
I'm agreeing with that point.
Oh, you're agreeing with that point.
I'm agreeing that Greek philosophy was incorporated to make proper explanations and elucidate terminology that was found
accept
in the Bible. They studied the Bible, got the ideas, and expressed it through Greek philosophy.
So you accept that Greek philosophy was used to reach Trinity? You accept that?
Yes, if you're going to say it like that. Well, I would disagree in how you express it, but yes.
Okay. Did Jesus come with a Greek philosophical message?
No.
So why are you reading? Why are you reading the message of Jesus Christ through a Hellenic sense?
Arguably, yes.
Sorry, lens.
Okay, well, I don't want to jump to a completely different topic.
There was a chair.
I want to actually speak about the crucifixion.
Let's take the crucifixion.
Yes.
Okay. I want to dive into what the Quran says about it.
One point I wanted to make for a while is that we initially started talking about the entire New Testament. Then we constrained it slightly to the Gospels, not really. And then all we've looked at for now, I understand your argument you're saying, if God of the Old Testament expressly said, I am God, maybe added worship me
60,000 times.
60,000 times, whatever. 100 billion times, I don't care.
You don't care?
Can I finish? And then you're saying...
You're a Christian because you don't care.
And then, okay, can I finish my point? And then you're saying, Jesus...
I should say you're a Trinitarian because you don't care. It's not fair on the Christians to say that.
Jesus must use this exact same terminology. That is a subjective standard which you have constructed. That's the first thing. And I even said that earlier on about the whole subjectivity point, right? The other point which Samson keeps bringing up is that we take a holistic reading of the text. We don't look for absolute singular proof texts which are nicely succinct and everything. So when even if we were to negate something like 1 John 5:7, we can still construct and extrapolate the doctrine of the Trinity.
Okay, why? Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to do that?
What do you mean, why do we need to do that?
Why do you need to extrapolate the Trinity from the text? It's like a good question, right?
Why does the Trinity?
No, it's not a good question.
No, wait, are you asking why must the Trinity be in the Bible rather than just?
Yes, why? Are you basically first of all, was the doctrine of the Trinity as you understand it today, was it read into the Bible in the first century?
No, I don't think so.
In the second century? In the second century?
No, when you said
wait.
I don't.
In the second century,
you said read in. I'm saying it was read out.
No, read into the Bible because it wasn't read out. Okay, read out. Okay, let's. There's eisegesis and there's exegesis.
I know.
Okay, was the doctrine of the Trinity read out of the Bible in the first century?
I believe.
As you know.
I believe so.
Evidence. The doctrine of the Trinity.
Right. No, wait. So
evidence.
Listen to what I said. Did I assert that?
Sorry?
Did I assert that it was found in the first century? No, I said I didn't say yes it was. I said I believe so. You asked the question.
No, I'm not asking for your belief. I'm asking do you have evidence? Do you have evidence? Okay, let me rephrase my question. Do you have evidence that the doctrine of the Trinity, I'm making my words very carefully. I'm using my words very carefully. The doctrine, not a Trinity. The doctrine of the Trinity. God the Father. No, not even Nicene. Constantinopolitan Niceno. Niceno Constantinopolitan. Not Nicene. Even Nicaea. Even Nicaea is a binitarian creed. The creed of Nicaea is binitarian. I'm talking about Niceno Constantinopolitan creed. That's what I'm talking about. Niceno. Repeat after me. Niceno Constantinopolitan creed. 381. That doctrine of the Trinity, was it read out of? Do we have evidence for?
I don't think we have evidence. No.
Good. Out. Move on because sorry. I thought there was a camera there. Okay. Do we have evidence for that doctrine read out of the Bible in the second century?
I don't think so.
No, not fully developed about that. But
I'm not asking the question. Again, when I'm asking for peers,
you're asking questions, and there's holes in what you're saying.
You can drill holes later.
Let me give you one response, okay?
Wait, let me finish my question. Let me finish my question. Do we have evidence of that doctrine read out of the Bible in the 3rd century? No. Because it was. Do we have evidence for that doctrine of the Trinity you believe in today, read out of the Bible, okay, in the first half of the 4th century.
No. But do we have
No.
But do we have
So
evidence?
now my point. Let me finish my point. You can come back. Okay. Now, based upon that, based upon your confirmation that the fact that that doctrine wasn't read out of the Bible for 350 years, okay, shows that you are reading a formulation of the latter half of the 4th century into the Bible.
Okay. The problem was,
if it wasn't read out, you are reading it into the Bible. Does that make sense?
Let me ask one question to you.
Now we're talking.
He was raising this point also.
Yeah.
The question, the way you phrased it, is hazy, okay? Because you're talking about, we wanted to clarify that there were earlier formulations that were approximate, because that's the only way we eventually got the Niceno-Constantinople Creed, right? Because earlier formulations built up to it, and then we had that fully fleshed version, and then Athanasius came along later. Right? Fair enough. But it's just anachronistic and inaccurate to say that we had nothing and then 381 popped out of existence.
That's how he's presenting.
I know you're not asserting that.
I am.
You are asserting.
I am asserting that.
Then that's
that's absolutely wrong.
Okay.
Let me say this.
I'll tell you how. Ask me how. Show me co-equality of the Father and the Son in the first 3 centuries.
That's false in terms of just ecclesiastical history.
No.
And
What do you mean that's false?
Can I explain?
Your doctrine of the Trinity, by necessity, it constitutes what? The equality of the Father and the Son. No? Yeah. Otherwise, it's not Trinity.
The oneness.
Would you accept the subordination is Trinity?
The oneness.
Okay. Wait. You would not.
Approximating
Okay. No, it's not.
Why is it
not? Because I'll tell you why. Because we are in a way, we the Muslims, we are subordinationists. We believe there is one God who has sent agents. And those agents, who are called the messengers of God and prophets of God, are subordinates to God Almighty. In that sense,
were they gods?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, but that's what
were they divine, or did they have divine powers in some sense?
No.
Did they have miracles? Yes.
Even Arius
Did God impart some divine or some miraculous powers to them? Yes.
That's not what subordination is.
Okay. We don't mean divine godly powers. We mean miraculous powers, supernatural powers.
It's a very important, because it's an incredibly important question, okay? Is there evidence in the 1st century, 2nd century, and 3rd century of Christians praying and worshipping Jesus Christ as God?
Okay. Can I answer without interruption?
Go on.
There is evidence before Jesus was born that there were prophets of Israel were worshipped by people.
That's not what I asked you.
Well, no.
I asked you a question.
I gave you an answer.
Is there evidence?
Even if people were... Okay, first of all, even if people were worshipping Jesus...
In the mainstream Christian church.
Wait. What is the Greek word for worship? Proskino. Good. I want you to go and read a book so that you understand this concept. Did the early Christians worship Jesus? There's a book.
Did the early Christians pray to Jesus?
No. I'm telling you the title of the book. Why are you changing it? Yes. Okay. The title of the book is Did the Early Christians Worship Jesus? Okay. It's written by James D.G. Dunn. He was one of the major authorities on patristic history. He was one of the biggest scholars of early Christian history in the world in the 20th and 21st century recently. Okay? And he wrote this book. Go and read this book. Once you have read it cover to cover, it's a small book, about 150 pages. Come back to me and we'll talk about worship.